I'm Rishabh Raj Prakash. I joined Fiji in class 9 in the classroom program. When I was in 6th, 7th and 8th standard, a few of my friends were already in Fiji. They had joined from class 6, and even though I wasn't really faring bad in the marks per se in school, they knew a lot more than me. Like, they were talking about things like logs in chemistry, and I didn't even know what logarithms were as a mathematical concept. So the fact that they were exposed to so many things in class 6th, 7th, 8th made me push myself, and I told my parents, Amma, I want to go to Fiji. I want to see what all this is about. How do they know so many things already? So I wanted to experience the competition, and a big factor of why I joined Fiji was for the peer group. We have so many great people in Fiji who are talented in multiple things. You have people specializing in physics, chemistry, maths, writing all these Olympiads, and that was what was very surprising for me. So I was like, okay, let's give it a go, let's join Fiji. So I joined Fiji in class 9, and once I started the classes, I realized that, oh my god, there are so many things to learn. There are so many things that we do not know, and school does not take care of everything we need to learn, right? So I got introduced into all these new concepts. I was not really, particularly intelligent and knew all these things. But as classes went on, the faculty were extremely supportive. They started helping me in all these small problems that I had. I remember texting my physics sir, how do I solve this pulley question? There are 8 masses. How do I take care of all these things? I cannot write 8 equations. But I realized there are certain shortcuts you can take, and certain tricks you can do in manipulating the equations that I never knew. And that is what excited me into physics. So 9th standard was when we had the NSE-JS exam, and that was a big turning moment for me. I did not think I was capable of solving such questions, and the time format was also pretty taxing. I was not able to solve questions that quickly, but with a lot of effort, I had special classes. With all those things, I was able to slowly get a grip on such questions. With small bits of effort, I was able to clear NSE-JS, and that was a huge boost of confidence for me. I was able to realize, I can learn such things, and I can become confident in such concepts. And the fact that I was able to clear, such a difficult and challenging exam with a lot of competition really gave me a confidence boost. And when 10th started, there was a lot of talk on this major exam, which was by the government, which is NTSC. Everyone talks about it. The biggest difficulty for engineering students in NTSC is the social subject and mathematics, and the fact that it's from state board, many of the questions, and since I was a CBSE student, I did not know any of these things. The state board social was definitely a challenge for me. I didn't know any of those things, and the fact that I had to open these textbooks, download from online NCERT, state board syllabus, that was definitely not easy for me. And when finally I wrote the exam, I did not feel confident in any of the questions that I solved in social, and even maths, physics, chemistry, which I thought were relatively easier, were not easy for me at all in the exam, and I struggled with few of the physics and chemistry questions itself. And finally, when I got the scores, I realized that I missed the cutoff by less than 10 marks, which was a big blow for me. I didn't realize that it would be this difficult to clear an exam, and the fact that a different subject than what I thought would be difficult was the most challenging part, was a bit of it changes your psychology in different ways. I just decided to take it in stride and focus on other exams, and The school board exam was something that I did not put too much focus on. I was more focusing on different Olympiads like RMO and INMO in class 10. And I did not think that board exams would be such a big deal. But the fact that I was able to get 490 out of 500 in the board exams was a huge consolation for what happened in the NTSE exam. So I had some hope that maybe things will go on well from here. And that was when I also decided to move into the integrated program. So the reason I decided to move into the integrated program was because the classroom program had a lot of things which were good for me, but at the same time I wanted to move into this full time. I wanted to really tackle the JEE Advanced, see what IIT is all about and see how challenging it is to clear it. And I decided to move into the integrated program for 11th and 12th to see what it is about. And during 11th, the main exam which was talked about a lot was the KVPY. So KVPY again had one chapter or one subject which was biology, which was something that I was not particularly strong at. So I remember asking the Fiji teachers about how do I study for biology. There are so many subjects, so many chapters inside biology. You have to study cells, molecular biology, evolution, and all these things were pretty daunting for me. So what I decided to do was I asked Fiji for a certain biology faculty so that I can ask them doubts and get guidance and advice. So what I did was, a good 3 months before the exam, I asked my mother and father to buy the 11th standard and 12th standard NCERT biology, because only if I start studying very early, it will help me understand the concepts and get a good grip on them early on, which was looking back a really good decision, because biology was actually not that difficult in the exam for me. So biology ended up being a scoring subject, and when I got my rank for the KVPY essay, I was really shocked that it was a double-digit rank. I think I got rank 75. So it was a huge turning point in my journey towards JEE. I got the confidence that maybe I can finally do something. I have the potential inside me. I can clear it with a really good rank. It's possible. So 11th standard also had the astronomy Olympiad, which was something I focused on. I realized that not a lot of people get into the astronomy Olympiad. So I decided to focus on the astronomy Olympiad and see what happens. And astronomy Olympiad is something I ended up qualifying up till the camp stage, which was also a big confidence boost for me. These two things in 11th standard that I cleared, the KVPY and the astronomy Olympiad, gave me some hope, that okay, you have a good chance in IIT, you have the potential, you have the capabilities, and you might be able to clear it. And once 12th standard began, it felt like it ended a month later. There was literally no time in the middle. We were focusing so much on the CHAP test, the FACE test, the RDX exams, the AITS exams, and it was a lot of just writing exams, analyzing, seeing where you went wrong, and moving on. That was how 12th felt like to me. So the 12th standard was a very, very fast year compared to 9th, 10th and 11th. The fact that I had consistent support from my faculties, they were with me every step of the way. They were asking, how did you score in this CHAP test? Oh, Rishabh, this CHAP test went a bit bad. Why did it go bad for you? Where can you improve? The consistent room for improvement that I had in every single chapter, every single subject was something I was consistently working on. So the fact that I could work on each different chapter, each different subject, and try to master them was something that really helped me move forward. I did not have that many one-on-one sessions, but the fact that they were just one phone call away, or I could just message them on WhatsApp, and many of the times they would reply within on the same day itself, and they'll say you can solve this question in this certain way, you don't have to do all this work to just get the answer. There is this shortcut, why don't you use it? And that was something that was consistently there. Some advice I'd like to give to the juniors is, when you're spending so much time on all these questions, you must not just remember how to solve this particular question, but you must think about the art of thinking itself, how to think and how to come up with such an idea to help a particular question. Because some questions, when you see the solution, you will think, what is this? How could I have thought about this? The way to answer such a question, how could I have thought about this, is really difficult. The only way you can really answer that is just solve a lot of questions. You just have to read this book, read that book, pick up this question and see how others have solved it, what shortcuts they have used, or maybe just focus on the most basic method itself. It's okay if the method goes a page long. Just write it, and the fact that you're finally able to get the answer with all these calculations is still something. So do not focus too much on finding the best method, but focus on what was the first thought which made you think about this method. When it comes to motivational quotes, all that comes to my mind is, whenever we ask the teacher, I don't have time to do this, right? All they used to say was, you're an elite batch, you should be able to do such things, you're a student here, you should be able to solve this. What is this? You're not able to do this, you're an elite batch, you have to do such things. The only thing that came to my mind is, you can solve such things. That it was not really like, you have to wake up at 6 o'clock, meditate, do some yoga. That was not sort of the advice I heard a lot. More of the advice was, just sit and solve it. I'd like to thank all my faculty for being with me every step of the way. The fact that I could ask them doubts any day and they'd just reply. And I'd also like to thank my peer group a lot, because there were so many talented and great performers. People were good in a lot of different things. Some were good in bringing out these synthetic solutions in geometry. Some were really good in just writing a page of calculation very quickly and getting the answer with that. I had to pick up on all these different styles of solving questions from them, and I feel that was what really helped me get an all-round perspective on how to solve questions.